Welcome to the Empower Women Show, the show that elevates and promotes women in the community by sharing their story and showcasing their business. I'm Jane Trimble, your host, and today I have Christie Søndergaard from Align to Lead. How are you, Christie?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. So why don't you go ahead and tell us where you're from and a little bit about what you do.
Okay. Saskatoon.
Yes.
Born and raised.
Yes.
I've left for maybe 5 years.
Okay.
I lived in Denmark for a bit, but
wow.
Otherwise I'm here. Yeah. Crazy story. My daughter's right now in, Australia.
Wow.
Where I met her dad 25 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's stayed in a place where we met too. Like it was just crazy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And so I moved to Denmark.
Yeah.
And then I came back when we had her.
Yeah.
And then everything took off from there. So yeah.
Amazing.
So
okay.
that's where I'm from.
Okay, cool. Saskatoon, born and bred. And you own Align to Lead, correct?
I do.
Okay, so what is Align to Lead?
Oh my goodness.
So many things.
Well, Align to Lead, it's for women mainly, I would say, because I do have some men that I work with, but primarily women who are leading and aligning from the inside out. It's like wealth from the inside out. It's who they are from the inside out, leading with energy first in all that they do, in whatever area that they are already planted. So it's just allowing themselves to be seen, to be heard, to show up in the world in the way that is authentic and true to them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, that is what opens the doors to everything else.
Yes.
Right? And then it's like, so it might just start with whatever you're most passionate about or wherever you're wanting to experience growth.
Yeah.
But that growth then becomes every other aspect of your life. This is why I can't niche into one area. We're not supposed to be niching when we're multi-passionate as well, right? And so that for me is what Align to Lead is that you start in one area, but then it becomes a mastery of life where you're raising standards, your thought, your feelings, your emotions, your actions, everything is aligned with this higher level of standardization. Yeah. And then you're pushing the boundaries because we're not getting comfortable. Mm-hmm. We're appreciating everything that we have, but we're constantly in growth. And it's like tapping into divine feminine and, allowing that to flow through as like the original creativity, channeling and creation.
Oh my God, there's so many things that I want to talk about now. You have so many words in there that are very juicy that I want to dive into. But okay, so Align to Lead is all of the above, which is just phenomenal. I love it.
Yeah.
And what form does it take? Is it one-on-one with you? Is it a group thing? I mean, we talked already before we filmed here. You had a mastermind this morning, so it's obviously a group setting, but what else?
Yeah. So, I mean, when I first started, let's just say, let's take us back to the roots of Align to Lead, because it was morphed from my own growth and journey. Yeah. And it was about me exploring other parts of me, because what I did before was I was in financial sales, and I was a physiotherapist when I lived in Denmark, and I came back and I went in a different route. Yeah. And then, I did that for about 15 years. We had a really big team. I had lots of responsibility. Yeah. I was the classic, typical, this is what you do to rise and this is what success looks like, but it wasn't embodied, you know, like it didn't come from the inside out. It was more of like, these are the markers. This is what we're achieving. I believed in the mission. Yeah. But that needed to flow first through me, my family, my friends, my community. And then it got to be Align to Lead came from there because I saw a bigger vision.
Totally.
And I was a part of something way bigger. Yeah. And I just needed to mark it with something and call it this movement that I'm now behind. Yeah. Which is all morphing. And this is what we have today is Align to Lead.
That's amazing. So it really sounds like you went from a journey, simply put, from the living from the outside in, then to living from the inside out.
Yes.
Just to put it really simply.
Really simple. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it become whole is what, in the end, It's whole, thriving, aligned, elevated, evolved.
Yeah. And holistic. So what you're saying, it wasn't compartmentalized.
No.
And you were talking about how we as humans are multifaceted. So it's like you work with people on many levels, and when all of those levels are evolving simultaneously. I talk about upward spiraling.
Yes.
It's like it's all upward spiraling.
It's a vortex.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Talk about the moment that you transitioned out of that old sort of paradigm and then entered into this new. Was there a moment, or was there something that happened that was pivotal?
Yeah.
Tell
my
me about
divorce.
Your divorce?
Yeah, that was it.
The D word?
Yeah, I would love to tell you that it was because I was married to like a jackass or something, right? Like it wasn't like the right guy, but it was really my priorities were jacked, is what was the issue.
Yeah.
And you become disconnected when it's from the outside.
Yes.
Right. And yeah, so I needed to shift all that. And, you know, the divorce, it was inevitable. Like I needed to go through that in order to crumble to what I felt like was hitting rock bottom, to try to understand what was happening. And it was really going back into like previous generations of like, you know, patterns of the ways that things were done, or what you could or couldn't do, or what you should or shouldn't do. And those are the things that form you and your behaviors and your choices and your actions.
Totally.
And ultimately, yeah, it wasn't the way that I got there. I had the success. I had we expanded right across Canada. You know, like we were huge. We had thousands and thousands of clients.
Wow.
And in the end, it was just a bigger calling. And if it wasn't for the expansion, I probably wouldn't have hired somebody in mindset to come and support my team, because it was the mindset tapping in like old Bob Proctor kind of stuff. And we were studying Thomas Troward.
Okay.
And Thomas Troward has an essay called Entering into the Spirit of It. Cool. So it was really about masculine energy, but then tapping into, through slowing down, through being more aware, your consciousness. And my consciousness and awareness just opened up, and so did my imagination. And so that just became a new way and a new reality that I wasn't aware of. And it was through that. And then there was... yeah. And then I ended up going more into energetics and divine feminine and feminine leadership, which is where all the healing came in.
Totally.
And it came full force to like, okay, like now we're back, but I'm a different version.
Totally.
Yeah.
What would you say is the connection between healing and success?
Well, I think healing just brings you back to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's letting go of I call it the unbecoming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You've got to let go of who you thought you were.
Yeah.
In order to begin to see who you really are.
Yeah.
And so it's like going through the layers, removing all the old paradigms.
Yeah.
And it's basically layers.
Yeah.
And it's like peeling back an onion layer to get to the soft part of you, which is like a light and a spark, and it's original, and it was always there to begin with. But,
totally.
You know, and then allowing that to be explored.
Yeah.
And so back to the question that you asked is like, what do I do? So originally...
Get to the point, Christie. What do you do?
This is normal. Yeah.
She's a talker.
Yeah, exactly. I want you to be in the moment with me, right? So in the it ended up coming back to exploring a number of things. And as I was going through it, as I was embodying it, I wanted to bring people along with me. So I would open up these offers around the stages that I was going through, because I didn't want to go through it alone. I'm like, come with me.
Totally.
Right? And today, when I opened up Align to Lead, that's where, okay, let's bring everybody, all the things that we've done. Let's create a mastermind, or basically like a immersion. I call it a leadership activation immersion.
Beautiful.
Which is really from the inside out. And it's 12 weeks. And then I have the Womanship, And the womanship is like the ground roots of who we are.
Yeah.
It's all the feminine leadership. It's divine feminine. It's just, it's the healing. It's the coming back to self.
Yeah.
And then we get to decide, do I want to lead in other ways? And then we go into allied to lead. And then there's another that's coming as well. I'm calling it Icon.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Iconic. Amazing.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to get involved with Align to Lead, how do they do that?
Yeah, find me online.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Instagram or on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm online and my clients are global, so.
Okay, oh good.
Yeah.
So it's all online, so you're very
Everything.
accessible.
Yeah, and I mean, I actually do have desires to do stuff in person.
Yes.
Like I have a vision. I don't want to leak all that yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like the parts where we're becoming, I feel like we can do online, and because I don't want to limit, I see limit in terms of pictures, and limitations just so small.
Yeah.
And the space between that is limitless.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So why are we limiting to like a core? Although I think there's value in community and coming together in groups and collaborating and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But that's why I decided to do that.
Yeah. I want to ask you just like a random question.
Yeah.
Something around like what or who is your sort of influence archetypally? Is there an archetype that you, or a figure or a spirit animal or an energy that you feel is your sort of anchor in life?
Probably the Queen.
The Queen?
Yeah. The Queen. Yeah. I have this, my name is Christie Mary.
Yeah.
And then I was actually baptized like years ago, Victoria. Yeah. And I think that is like Queen from somewhere. I've channeled lots of things in regards to these names. Mary is like both of my grandmother's names, but it's also connected to like Mother Mary. Even though I'm not religious, I just have tremendous respect for the kind of woman that I think that she is, right? Mary Magdalene, all those kind of archetypes, I think, that have a role to play. I do think the visionary is a spiritual woman as well. Mm-hmm. And so to not be aware of it would not make you that. It has nothing to do with religion. I think it's just the people that lived before.
I agree. The lineage.
What
are the qualities of the Queen?
Oh, I think, like, you asked me, like, I think that would be who I live up to, but she wouldn't be I wouldn't say I take inspiration from her. I'm in masterminds. That's what I do. Yeah. I invest into places where I want to be around other extraordinary women. Yeah. So, but the Queen, I think she rules. Yeah. She decides. Yeah. She goes first. Yeah. She holds a vision and she doesn't lower standards. Uh-huh. She holds it and expects excellence to meet me where I'm at. And then let's bring the pieces of us together in our own authenticity, originality, the pieces of the puzzle for us to break through to solve whatever else that we have yet to solve.
Gorgeous. And on that note, that is a perfect way to round up and finish up this beautiful interview. We could go on all day, I think.
But 13 minutes?
Yeah. Thank you for coming on the show today. Yeah. I can't wait for people to hear, other women and men, to hear your message and your mission.
Thank you.
So let's finish with
Queens belong on thrones. Let's put them there.